I know they say hindsight's 20/20, and when you look back over previous markets where you had a downturn or even a crash, you can always pinpoint some signs that were showing that, but you usually don't see it in the present. Well, today I've got a stat that may be an indicator of what's to come. There's one stat that is definitely showing a shifting market. I'm sharing that and more as we talk about the Atlanta real estate market, attached homes, and we're doing it right now. Let's do it. Welcome back to those that have seen my channel before, and for those that are new, my name is Jonathan McCoy, and I'm a native Atlantan for 45 years, real estate agent for 12 years, and we're taking a deep dive into the Atlanta real estate market, and this time we're talking about attached homes. We're talking about condos and townhomes. So let's get started with it. Let's just jump into these numbers. All right, right away, we're looking at attached homes for Metro Atlanta market. And we see the latest numbers here are from this last month in September. Active homes have jumped up a good bit, 70% from last year. So a good bit of jump there. Pending homes are down 10%. So more active, less pending. That's definitely going to mean we have more months supply of inventory. And as we look at this, also number of homes sold down 21.5%. So a lot of indicators of a market still shifting. A lot of this still to do with interest rates. These are interesting numbers here. If you go back and look at my single family detached home video, you'll see that this is a little different for attached homes. We actually had an increase in the market for September, and a lot of that was due to the interest rates, but we do not see that same effect here for attached homes. So definitely interesting things going on here with these attached homes. We see 46% failure rate, and we see a month supply of inventory from last year to this year went from 2.3 to 4.9. Let's see. The interesting thing is, though, is even though we have this shifting market, sales price went up by 8.0% from last year to this year. We're at a median sales price for attached homes of $375,000. So 38 days on market. Interesting stuff going on here. So we have our interest rate that has gone down from last year compared to this year. So definitely interesting things going on here. We do have a better interest rate than we had last year. We saw this a lot in single family detached homes. We saw it actually kind of take a tick up, but we're not seeing the same thing in attached homes here. And just to give you a heads up, as I'm making this video today, we've had the interest rates jump back up to about 6.5%. But in this September time, they came down to the lower sixes. So very interesting information that we're gathering from this one. Let's go ahead and go to the next and take a look at this 6 months trend. As I've stated many times in this video, the attached home market, so townhomes and condos, are not affected the same by seasonality as we see single family detached homes. We'll see some seasonality still, but it just doesn't affect it as much. And we can see actives continue to go up. I expect October, November time that these actives will start coming back down as we start hitting the late fall, early winter months. Pendings have continued to go down. This is the part that's a little different from single family detached homes. We actually saw the pendings go up, and then the solds have continued to go down throughout this year. We did have a jump down in June, then back up in July and August, but now we're going back down here in September. So interesting things. Distressed homes, still super low. There are not a lot of people selling their home for less than what it's worth, which is good for the economy. And then 46.2% of listings failed. So we're getting close to almost half the listings that are put in the market failed. 4.9 months of inventory. This is still a seller's market if you look at all the attached homes. However, this is really starting to get closer and closer to a buyer's market. So this is a shocking number here, and don't really have a great reason as to why, other than, it looks like a lot of homes when you take all of them into consideration. When you add up the actives, the pendings, and the solds, quick math here. Let's see. That's about almost 6,000 or a little over 6,000 homes here total. So it's a decent amount of number, but it's not like, 10,000, 15,000, 30,000 homes. And I'm bringing that up because sometimes you can have statistical anomalies when you have a number of items you're looking at, in this case, homes sold. So if you only are selling 10 homes per month in a certain category, and then all of a sudden you jump up to 15, that's a big percentage change because of the low number. Anyways, doesn't matter. We'll get into the nerdy statistics part of this. But what's interesting here is the median sales price here. I mean, look at this thing. It peaked in June at 370, then dropped down 357.5 and 352.745 from July to August. Makes sense. We have more inventory. We have less people purchasing, but then we have all of a sudden a jump up of 375,000 for the median sales price. And median doesn't usually get as affected as the average sales price. If you all of a sudden had, a $3 million home sell, that's great, but it really doesn't affect the median. That's not how it works. So, it's very interesting to see this jump up, and we see the jump up in the list price too. So not quite sure what's causing that to occur. Maybe that's an effect of a lot of new construction in townhomes. We just see that a lot here in the metro Atlanta area. Most of the new construction, at least closer to Atlanta, a lot of townhomes. And so since they're newer, they sell higher. That should still be affecting some of these parts in June, July, August too. But man, that's an interesting big jump. We also have a little bit higher sales list price ratio than we did last month, but not much, or 0.1%. So just interesting. We're going to keep an eye on that. Moving to our next chart here. This is breaking it down by sales price, as you can see here on the left column there. And interesting, this buyers or even market or balance market is starting to squeeze in here. I find it fascinating that you have a buyer's market or a balance market on the lower end, from all the way from 100,000 up to 250,000. And even look at this, 250 to 300. We still got 5 months of inventory. It's fascinating to me, and we see this in single family detached homes too. It's a weird anomaly. And I want to jump more into, maybe we can figure this out, is your lowest inventory. Look at this, 400 to 500,000 and this 300 to 350. These are your lowest numbers. Typically you would think, especially right now when people are having a harder time to buy and less purchasing power, that these lower valued homes would get gobbled up. We're not seeing that. So interesting there that we're seeing this range here in the 400 to 500,000 and this 300 to 350 being the lowest amount. But look at this, seller's market from 250 all the way up to 900,000, and then we hit a balanced market over that. But we're really close. I mean, 5.7, 5.4, 5.6, and up here at 5.0. Yes, 6 months is considered a balanced market, but this is super close. So we're really close to a balanced market, almost all the way across. The only things that aren't really as close are right in here at, what is that, 300,000 to 600,000. So keep an eye on this. Like I said, some fascinating numbers, but there's still one more number that's even more fascinating out there that we're going to hit in a few minutes. All right, so as we take a look here, we are looking at townhomes versus condos. So we've broken up the attached homes into separating townhomes and condos, and there's some definite numbers to keep an eye on here. So first of all, we can see the median sales price much higher for townhomes than it is for condos. So the previous charts are all thrown together, but now we're breaking it down. So what's happened in just townhome market? We see less closings when we compare them. Failed's definitely up from last year to this year, but the prices are up too, and the median sales price, what we're looking at, we're up 6%. So when we look at any difference in sales price, we also want to factor in inflation. But that's higher than the inflation number. That's around 3.5. So from year to year. So we definitely have, if you're in a townhome, we definitely have your values continue to go up here. And then sales to list price ratio has gone down some, 38 days on market, up some, not unusual, but interesting numbers here. But take a look at this condo market. So this actually is a number I was totally focused on, but this is definitely interesting here when it comes to the big changes. Is look, we've actually had a drop from last year to this year. We've gone down 1.6%. Factor in inflation there, all right, at 3.5. Oops. Let me go back. Sorry about that. Factor in inflation, and we factor in here, add that 3.5% to this. We're now at, what's that, 5.4% drop if you're adding in inflation. Oops, I'm sorry, look at the wrong number, 1.6 here. So 3.5, so we're at 5.1% drop. So 5.1% drop in true value. In actual value, it's 1.6, but and these are for condos. So condos are really taking a hit, less closings. Look at this, 70% of condos listed failed. So we're seeing something interesting happening in the condo market here in Atlanta when you have that much of a failure there, 41 days on market. So interesting stuff happening in this condo market. Still breaking the condos more, and I told you at the beginning of this video, there's an interesting number that could show something major happening, and that's here. Month supply of inventory. We have said on this channel over and over again, when you hit an even market at 6 months or a balanced market, and look at this, 6 months of inventory, balanced market. It was actually, to go back and look, it was in the 4s, the mid to upper 4s last month. So we've had a huge jump in inventory in this market. As we just saw on this previous slide here, like we had a drop down in sales price. We had 70% failed listings. So if you are in the market for a condo to buy, might be the time to wait to see where these numbers are going to go. Definitely, you know, keep an eye on it. I mean, obviously sometimes people put up a house that's, you know, too good to be true, it seems like, and you jump on it for that value. But for the most part, condo market is just taking a hit, and these failed listings, you know, are high. Look at this, you know, it's really high here. Now, the number of actives at 900,000, look, there's only 19 actives, but look at this, 93% didn't sell. As we go here, let's look at the highest numbers. So the highest numbers you got between 200 and 250, still 68.5% didn't sell. In this 250 to 300 range, 59.5% didn't sell. I mean, this is high number of homes that are not selling compared to what we've been in. So condo market definitely shifting. It will be interesting to see what's going to happen in the next coming months. Definitely looks like we're going to look at maybe a buyer's market for the first time, and I don't know how long. Definitely would have to go back and look to see for the condo market here in Atlanta. Again, we're dealing with a lot less homes than we have for townhomes and what we have for single family detached. Definitely something to keep an eye on, though. We look here at townhomes only. This is looking a little bit, you know, more like what we've seen. 4.2 months of inventory, so still in a seller's market, but still ticking up some here. And, you know, at 300 to 350, we're, you know, 2.9 months of inventory. So still really low inventory in some areas. But interesting numbers here. 425 is the median sales price, and we're looking at just townhomes. We shared that before, 38 days on market. So nothing too crazy here in the breakdown of prices. If we just look at townhomes only, I'm not really seeing anything crazy. And again, when you get to these really high values, I mean, $3 million townhome, there's only one. $2 to $3 million townhome, there's what, 5 total here, 12. So these numbers right here can change drastically because there's so few. But really looking in this area here, the biggest thing is we can start to see failed listings are really happening in the 600 and 700. Look at this, half the homes. Interesting anomaly here, 8 to 900,000, 44%. So still a decent amount. But look at these month supply of inventory. You know, right here, 100 to 150, that's a buyer's market. 150 to 200 buyer's market. 200 to 250, I mean, we're right on the edge of a balanced market. We finally get to a little bit of seller's market at 250. We don't really get into it until 300 to 350. And then that goes, you know, around this 500 range. But look at this, 600 to 700, getting closer to that buyer's market here. So definitely some interesting things happening in the attached home market. If you're watching this video and you're looking to list your home and you kind of want to know what the maybe value is of your home, I put a link down below. Click on it, you fill in your information, and you'll get an instant value for your home. Of course, if you put your information in, yes, I'm a real estate agent, I will contact you. Some of you out there may just be looking to just put it in there just to get an idea. You're not looking to sell right now, and that's perfectly fine. You want to kick the tires a little bit, awesome. If you are looking to sell within the next year or so or less, When I contact you, I'd love to talk with you more, get over to your home, take a look at it, give you a more accurate idea of what your home could sell for. But that is below. Again, not going to bug you, but I will contact you if you do put your information in below. Like I said, keeping it real here. So again, that link's below. Let's continue on. What are you seeing here? What do you think is going on with this attached home market, specifically condos? Are these numbers an indicator of what's to come for this entire market? I mean, we have seen some market shifts definitely in different parts of the country. We hadn't seen as much in Atlanta, specifically in the single family detached homes, but we're talking about the entire market here. It's some interesting things going on. I'm curious to know your thoughts of what you're seeing happen. Curious to know your thoughts of, is this an anomaly or you think it's going to go? Now, I get all the time, people think like, oh, the C word, crash is happening. I don't think it's going to be a crash, but we definitely see some shifting in this market to keep an eye on. And will this number for condos being now 6.1 months of inventory, now a balanced market, will this be a leading indicator of what's to come in the other markets for townhomes and for single family detached? Don't know, but it's something fun to keep an eye out on. So if you got any questions, comments, concerns, please leave a comment below. With all that said, you're definitely going to want to take a look at my single family detached home video right here. I've got a video that's going to be dropping soon on a county by county breakdown. Thanks for watching. See you next time.